Lamborghini just revealed the latest version of the Lamborghini Huracan, and it has piqued my interest severely. Is it one too many iterations of the Huracan or the perfect final send-off for the V10 Bull? Well, in today's video, we're gonna go over just that, all of the performance elements, the statistics on the car, the price, as well as whether I'm gonna actually order one or not, spec it out exactly the way I would, and would I rather have another Lamborghini that is yet to be revealed yet? All right, let's delve into it. Lamborghini released the Huracan back in 2015 as the replacement to the very successful Lamborghini Gallardo. That was after 10 years of production and 14,000 units created. But more than that, there was 32 different variants of the Gallardo. That puts the Fast and Furious sequel numbers to shame. In fact, it's even more than the number of gears in a traditional Fast and Furious vehicle. The Huracan was a massive leap forward in terms of drivability and performance. Finally, it had a dual clutch transmission and it felt much more nimble. Part of the reason why they sold the same number of units as the Gallardo, 14,000, in just 5 years instead of 10. Now, there have been a plethora of Huracans since its original release in 2015. There was the LP610-4, the LP580-2 rear-wheel drive, of course the Performante, then there was the Evo rear-wheel drive, and of course Spider versions of every single one of those cars, then the newly released Huracan STO, making 11 different Huracan variants. And that's not including cars like the one-off made for the Pope, some special editions, one made for the airport. They even made a police version for the Italian State Police, for a total of 16 different Huracan variants made so far. And there are 2 more Huracan variants on the way. Yes, that's right. After this one I'm about to talk about, there's gonna be another Huracan after that. The latest and greatest from Sant'Agata Bolognese is this, the Huracan Tecnica. Lamborghini says it's the best of all worlds, combining all of the best elements of the Huracan family. That means we have the performance and the hardcore track feel of the Huracan STO, but the drivability and livability of the Huracan Evo. Like the Huracan STO, it's got a 5.2 liter naturally aspirated V10, making 640 horsepower. It's also got a revised exhaust system to make a livelier exhaust tone and make the driving experience more exciting than a base model Evo. 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, or 0 to 62 miles an hour, happens in 3.2 seconds. Realistically, the 0 to 60 is probably in the 2.8 to 2.9 second range. Now remember, this car is rear-wheel drive only, hence the slower 0 to 60 time than a traditional all-wheel drive Evo, but the revised aerodynamics, the lighter weight, and more power means it will blow past an Evo at higher speeds. The Tecnica also has rear-wheel steering, and it borrows the fixed ratio steering rack from the STO, meaning more instantaneous turn-in response and more consistent feel throughout the corners. Interestingly, the nomenclature for the Tecnica is LP640-2. You'll remember the Murcielago LP640, so it's interesting that they actually share the same number, although the Murcielago was all-wheel drive and this car is rear-wheel drive, hence the -2. Now, they revealed this car in Verde Selvins, which looks very similar to Verde Ithaca, and had my juices flowing remembering how epic the 2015 Huracan Ellie that I later supercharged. And honestly, it had me thinking, I really need a green Lamborghini Huracan back on the channel. However, there is one other car that's going to be released soon that I'll talk about later on in the video that might be a better fit for the channel. The front fascia has been changed significantly while looking strikingly like a Huracan all at the same time. The headlight surround areas have these new Y-shaped air curtains that borrow design language from both the Sion hypercar and the Super Trofeo Evo 2. It looks really cool, and it also improves aerodynamics significantly. Lamborghini claims 35% more downforce on the Tecnica as opposed to the Evo rear-wheel drive, while at the same time reducing drag by 20%. That's no easy feat. Usually when you add more downforce, that means more drag, so to do both at the same time is really impressive. To save weight, the hood has been made completely of carbon fiber, as has the redesigned rear engine bay cover. All told, it weighs just 85 pounds more than the Huracan STO, the full-fledged track focus version, and you actually get a usable trunk in the Tecnica, unlike the STO where legitimately you've got enough space for a couple of almonds. Lamborghini has completely redesigned the brake cooling system with directing more airflow to the front brakes as well as the rear brakes. Now, cooling wasn't a huge issue on the Evo, but the LP610 did have some brake fluid boiling issues. I experienced that once on the track while at thermal, and I almost went flying off the track, and it was a very scary experience. And I've seen that happen in person to 4 other LP610 owners. So I'm glad they're taking special care to brake cooling. The side of the car is very much the same as the 2015 Huracan, to be honest. Even the wheels, which have this nice new center lock design, are very similar to the original Huracan. They have actually added a small additional air intake behind the driver's side window and passenger side window for additional cooling. The biggest changes to the Tecnica come at the back. We've now got a Goldilocks size compromised medium wing in between the virtually non-existent wing on the Evo and the Golden Gate Bridge size wing on the Huracan STO. And I think it looks particularly good in paint matched body color instead of traditionally carbon fiber or black. We've also got a newly redesigned rear bumper and rear diffuser, and it houses these 2 beautiful center mounted tailpipes that are hexagonal, kind of reminiscent of the Lamborghini Sion. The interior is very similar to the Evo and the STO. I do love that you can get full carbon fiber exposed door cards, which look amazing. I will say the steering wheel is beginning to look very dated. It's the exact same unit, particularly the plastic buttons on the side, as well as the toggle for the different drive modes, as the car was back in 2015. And by the time we get this car delivered, it'll probably be 2023. So it is an 8-year span of having the exact same steering wheel design. The Tecnica will start with a base price of $245,000, slotting it between the $214,000 rear-wheel drive Evo and the much more expensive $327,000 base price Huracan STO. Here's my 100% honest opinion, however, on the car. I truly believe Lamborghini should have ended the Aventador's production run with the SVJ and the Huracan's production run with the STO. Why not go out with a bang with limited track-focused, really fast versions of your supercars? It doesn't really make sense. Lamborghini has decided to make track-focused versions of their road cars, and then take their track-focused versions of the road cars and then make those track-focused versions slightly more road-going again, to make the Ultimate and the Tecnica. It's not like the STO or the SVJ were track-only cars. Then it makes sense, of course, making a road-going version of those vehicles. But 99% of the SVJ and STO owners will probably never even take them on the track and drive them predominantly on the road on Saturdays and Sundays for brief periods of time. So taking those cars and dumbing them down, to me, doesn't really make all that much sense. But Lamborghini knows if they build it, people will buy it. So it's a nice cash grab for the Ultimate and the Tecnica. Here's the deal. I really want a Lamborghini in the garage again. Plain and simple, I am a Lamborghini guy. My original dream car was a 2004 Gallardo, and I love the brand through and through. It does make it a little bit challenging, though, having owned a Huracan and a Huracan Evo, thinking about getting a third car, but particularly seeing it in green, it really, really piqued my interest. But what I was thinking is, instead of the Tecnica, waiting and ordering the next generation Aventador. And I'm curious what you guys think. And this is serious. Clickbait aside, I am very serious about getting the next generation Aventador. Hybrid, V12, I'm hoping it has a double clutch transmission, near 1,000 horsepower. It's essentially going to be Lamborghini's answer to Ferrari's SF90. It's going to be crazy fast. V12 sound amazing, and hopefully they can make it drive better than a traditional Aventador if it has that dual clutch, because honestly, it's just a little bit too clunky for me. And maybe they'll improve the visibility and not have it feel like such a boat. Although they did do a very good job with the SVJ and Aventador S, I will say, in terms of making the Aventador a better feeling car. Traditionally, though, I am much more in love with nimble, lightweight, track-focused cars that feel like little go-karts. It's unlikely that the next-gen Aventador will feel like that, but it's going to be hard to deny the power and the V12. So I'm curious, what do you guys think? Get a Tecnica and get it, I'm not actually sure exactly when they'll deliver, but probably 12 months from now, or wait until the Aventador successor comes out and get that car as my reintroduction to the Lamborghini family. Some food for thought. I'm curious what you guys think in the comment section below. Now, before we go, I am going to pull up my laptop and spec out a Huracan Tecnica the way I would, and I'm curious what you guys think of the build. Let's go. Now, interestingly, with the Tecnica, you can actually do an exposed carbon fiber hood. I messed around a little bit before this with the configurator and decided with the color combo that I want to do, I wouldn't want the exposed carbon fiber hood, and I'm sure there's going to be aftermarket options that look cooler anyways. But here we go. Honestly, as much as I'd like to do a different color, if I'm going to get this car, I got to go Verde Mantis just to honor Ellie, the 2015 Huracan. I also just think it looks fantastic on the configurator, as you can see right here. Now let's check out some wheel options. I wanted to do something different with this car. I've always kind of wanted a green and bronze combo. So if we go ahead, add in these center lock wheels, they're the upgraded wheels with center locks, and I think they look pretty cool. It's not exactly the shade I was hoping for, but it does look kind of cool with the green. If we go back to the full screen, I think the car looks pretty cool in that configuration. Then in terms of the calipers, green looks pretty good with the green exterior. Now there are some livery options. You can paint the roof black if you want. You can also get the mirrors in black or the wing several different colors. Honestly, instead of paying for Lamborghini to do it, I'd just get the roof wrapped in black, save some money. Funny enough, I actually paid less to get my McLaren fully in gloss carbon fiber. I was gonna get the satin carbon fiber, and I decided, no, if I just clear bra it, I could do a satin clear bra and make all of that look matte. And I decided I liked the gloss more anyway. So sometimes when you see the car in person, you decide, oh, I didn't even want that. And especially doing it aftermarket is always cheaper. So that's pretty much what the exterior would look like. Simple, but looks honestly awesome. And then the interior, definitely would want to go with the sport bucket seats. They're not comfortable, to be honest, but they look so darn cool that you kind of have to go with it. I wish that Lamborghini would come out with a really cool looking seat that was also comfortable. McLaren has done a great job with that. Same with Ferrari. They're kind of lacking with that. Why are these orange? We definitely would not want orange seats with a green exterior. That would be a little weird. Where's the color? Oh, here we go. Contrast color, green. Another reason for doing the green is my original 2015 had the black with green contrasted stitching, and I think the color combo looks really cool, to be honest. There's not much else you can do with the interior, honestly. The steering wheel, there's no options. Let's go on to actual options for the car. Cup holder and smoker package. I'm not a smoker, but cup holder is useful. Go with that. You got to have the front lift. If you're buying a supercar, I don't understand. I do get it's expensive. They charge way too much money for these options. We don't have the price breakdown yet for the options, but I'm sure if you go to your dealer, you can find out. But usually it's like $4 or $5 grand for a front lift on a supercar, but you got to just pay the money for it. Otherwise, you're going to be scraping your front bumper and crying every time you go into a little inclined driveway. The Pista pack. Does that come with a Pista? Or? I'm pretty sure that's the kind of, like, what is this? I actually don't know what this is. I'm not gonna lie there. All right, door handles in red. That'd be kind of cool on the inside, although it's a little bit watermelon vibes, but we'll see. Lamborghini connected telemetry, gotta do that. That has cameras on the interior and exterior where it can film your lap times and also provide some cool data. Hard drive with 128 gigabytes. I don't quite get the hard drive element in cars. Most people use their phone for music, so having 128 gigabyte storage inside the Lambo, I don't know. 5-year warranty, don't really need that. Car cover. A steering wheel cover. I feel like that's probably a $1,000 option that nobody in God's green earth would need. Door lights, Lamborghini logo. You gotta do that just to be a little bit of a, I don't know. You just gotta have it. Phone holder. Nah, just get your own. And there we go, my final spec of the Lamborghini Huracan Tecnica. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. Let me know what you think, Tecnica or wait for the Aventador successor. Look forward to seeing you next video.